212, here we go. Welcome to the Catalyst Podcast, raw, real, and unedited. My name is Jason. You can find Catalyst at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can hear the podcast created through Spreaker on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeart, and Amazon. The Catalyst has the power to create change, and we hope that's what this podcast will do. And if you're interested and like to be a part of the podcast as a guest or contributor, you can email us at catalystmotivation561 at gmail. Catalystmotivation561 at gmail. Welcome to episode 19. Okay, so again, my name is Jason. We were talking about in the previous episode. And by the way, all three of you, thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate it. It was March 2020 as we continue on with my journey through and with cancer. We were talking about being used as a prop for cancer. It's right before I was about to leave from Moffitt to go and have the CAR T cells put back in the body and start this process. And I'd already chosen my cousin Lenny to join me in Tampa to help me out with that. And like I said, I've talked with other people about this before. Being used as a prop or being used as a way for somebody to compensate or benefit from, whether it was my father's wife raising money to only keep it for herself. Still haven't seen anything from that or from my father's passing. It was something that was a sore point. In fact, there was an example the day before leaving for Tampa. My wife at the time used it as a way for her to kind of parade me off around her friends. And she had this one friend who, and again, God bless her heart. She, listen, people want to be able to express to you how they're feeling in certain ways. All right. And then there are other people who are just trying to take advantage of it. And I think this woman was genuinely trying to show her her kindness. And, when you're in that situation, sometimes you just don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that, you want to deal with what you're dealing with, right? And depending on your personality, sometimes you just don't want to deal with people. And I was constantly being put in a situation where I felt I was being, put in where I had to, glad hand and kiss babies and shake hands. Oh, look at the poor cancer guy. Don't you feel bad for his wife? And that's what it felt like. And so, number one, having to go to this dinner, knowing that, number one, the person who is your partner at the time had, instead of being there to support you, and made the choice of having my cousin go, decided that she was going to be going to Mexico because this cancer was too much for her and she couldn't deal with it, so she needed to have a little vacation because it was very rough on her. So I'm dealing with that. I'm dealing with the fact that I'm not communicating with my father because I can't. And how's how's my son in this? How does this feel? But, I mean, it was mainly, I just wanted to be home with whatever kind of family I had and just have it be us before I left. And I had to go to this dinner. And, again, I didn't want to go. And I was miserable the whole time, and I showed it. I had no issues with showing my emotions while I was there. And, you know, it was, again, her enthusiasm. The woman's, you know, the woman is an adorable woman. She's bubbly, vibrant, everything. She's got a great kid, a great couple of kids, and a husband who I was getting along with very fine. But it was just something I didn't need at the time. And instead of being that supportive, nurturing partner, it was like, no, we got to go here. We got to go here before you go. So I can edify to everyone how terrible it is for me. And I just remember it was like the end of the dinner, and I was like, listen, no offense to any of you, I just don't want to be here. And guys have no idea what it's like, and you know, I'm tired of being a puppet, being paraded around, looked at as a victim. What I wanted to do is I wanted to be home, sitting with my family. So, you know, unfortunately, I'm not gonna, you know, roll over, do a backflip for you. I appreciate the food and I appreciate the thought of it, but you know, I just want to go home. You know, and some people would be able to understand that. This person wasn't, and so decided to, you know, have a little tantrum because I wasn't satisfying their needs. And I was like, listen, you know, they were trying to tell me how much that my wife at the time loved me. Oh, really? Why don't you ask her what she's going to be doing while I'm fighting for my life? Because when she was telling people about how terrible her life is and how much of a, you know, a burden it's been, she regretted to mention what she was going to be doing during that time. So it really blew up. And I remember Gabriel made a comment about the food, and I think he said he didn't even want to be there either. So as we're just I'm trying to go say goodbye to everybody. And I guess her and Mo were talking, and I'm walking away. She's like, give you a hug. Please come back. I want to give you a hug. And I'm like, lady, please. I mean, are you not getting this? You're not understanding? And listen, I understand from the other person's point of view. Again, I'm the one through this. I'm the one who has to deal with this every single day. And she was like often offended and hurt. And no offense, but fuck you. You're not going through this. You're not trying to save your life. And I don't have to do anything for you. It's not about you. You know, it's a way for you to feel better about yourself, but it's not about you. So, kiss my ass. And her husband kind of walked by. He's like, listen, I know this can't be easy for you, but, you know, I'll talk with her. But, you know, good luck, man. This has to be one of the hardest things you're going through. Like, yes, it is. And I appreciate you, right? And thank you so much. And as we went home, I got the riot act from my wife at the time. And I told her the same thing. Listen, go fuck yourself in Mexico. Because all I want to do was rest, but you want to parade me around. And I'm sick of it. I don't have to do this. This is the exact reason why I didn't want you to come with me. Because it's about you. It's not about me. It's about poor you having to go through this cancer. What the fuck did you have to go through? What the hell are you going through? You don't fight for your life every single day. You don't fight to freaking stay positive and stay motivated and try to deal with this and pray that you can make it through. What you did is look for a way to get out. You're trying to divorce me. You used this as a way for you to get out of this. So why would I care what you or anybody else has to fucking say about this? Because you're all going to be gone by the time it's over. And sometimes we have those moments in life where, it's... we feel obligated to super serve people when we really need to focus on ourselves. We really need to focus on who we are and what we're going through and what we have to deal with. And sometimes we push that away. We push it aside as a sacrifice because, again, we don't want to lose that person or those people or those friends. And sometimes those people aren't supposed to be in your life, but for a paragraph or half a page or half a chapter. They're not supposed to be there forever. And sometimes we sacrifice ourselves to keep them. And sometimes we just got to let it go. And we got to be absolutely 100% selfish. And we need to focus on us. We need to focus on ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually to be able to get through what we're trying to get through so we can be a better person. And that was one of the main things I really learned through this journey. And I was talking with several people about it. Those who were going through cancer and some friends and everything. And it's about you. It's about you being sane, being healthy, and being able to get through it all. Some people do understand it and some people don't. And it's okay if they don't. And they can be mad at you all they want. But you have to do what's best for you. You have to be the best version of you. Whether you're going through something very, very simple and basic, or you're going like cancer, or some other illness, or some other challenge in life, you've got to do what's best for you. Take care of you and love yourself, because this life that we have, this short time, is precious and fragile, and I know I've wasted far too much of it, and we need to protect it. With that being said, thank you for listening to episode 19 of the Catalyst Podcast. Raw, real, and unedited. My name's Jason. You can find Catalyst at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can hear the podcast created through Spreaker on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeart, and Amazon. The Catalyst has the power to create change. We hope that's what this podcast will do. Again, if you'd like to be a part of this podcast as a guest or a contributor, you can email us at catalystmotivation561@gmail. catalystmotivation561@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening to episode 19. We'll see you on episode 20. Go be great.